Taking our chart file in the chart.docx working file, we can actually edit the existing data. Now we placed this data in when we first created the chart, but obviously as time progresses, some of that data may need changing. Now we can deal with the data in a couple of ways. We can either filter the data so that we don't see all the elements, and we do that through the little pop-out filter icon here to the right, chart filters. And what this allows you to do is deselect parts of the series or parts of the categories. So I could take off Bob, and I won't see Bob, take off Sue, and I won't see Sue, and then apply. And you can see the graph rebuilds itself without Bob and Sue. I could perhaps take away 2013, apply, and then it rebuilds without 2013 there. So the data's still in there, we're just choosing not to see it by filtering away. So I can put them all back by choosing select all, and then select all in the categories, and then apply, and everything comes back. Alternatively, if I don't want to actually filter any of the data out but edit the data, I can close my filter box, go back to Chart Tools and Design ribbon, and Edit Data. Now if I just click the Edit Data button, it opens up a little mini Excel with the data highlighted, so I can go in and make the changes. So it may be that perhaps 2013, the data's still changing, and Bob actually manages to sell 47. And notice that the graph responds immediately. Mike sold 50. Sue, she's really having a good year. She's gone up to 16. Jeremy, he's up to 32. And then Sally, 46. So their bars have then increased, and I could then close, and I'm back to my chart. Now there is a drop-down arrow here instead that gives you two options. One is to edit the data, which is what we've just done. Mini little Excel insert, make the changes, and then close that file. Or I can edit the data in Excel, and that will actually open Excel and open up the chart data within it for me to make whatever changes I require. So perhaps there's even more changes. 55 for Bob, 50 for Jeremy, and then Sue really has gone wild. She's gone up to 35. What I then do is close the Excel file and see that the chart has responded again to that change. So really there's not a lot of difference if all you're doing is amending the data to either open it in a mini Excel within Word or edit it directly in Excel itself. So here we can see we can filter out some of the data to not have it displayed in the chart, or we can go and edit the actual data we've used to build the chart, making changes where we see fit, not just in the values. If I go back in, maybe we suddenly get a new salesperson, Alfie, and he actually sold nothing in the first 3 years because he wasn't with us, but then he has a good old year in 2013 and sold 60. And we can see there that Alfie then appears in the chart, and his bar, which is nice and big because he sold a lot of quantities. And when it comes to next year, we could soon add in 2014 and start placing the values in there. Notice that the little mini Excel there is self-expanded, and some of the time it will, in fact most of the time it will self-expand to include any new elements, as long as you add them as the next column or the next row. And then we get our values pumped in for 2014, and the chart is updated, so I just close the file. So editing the data or filtering the data away is really a very simple task that involves selecting the chart and then choosing the filter option or the edit option.